welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mo, and today's video I will be reading reverse harem / why choose books for a week. If you've heard of the term harem, it's usually implied that it's a man that has a bunch of mistresses and concubines and shit like that, wives, I don't know. Reverse harem is just a female protagonist. A female protagonist is the main. Yeah, she's got hella people. Okay, the reason why I'm starting this video like this literally is because I want to start the book, and I have the audiobook. It's a 25-hour audiobook for I'm reading first Pucking Around by Emily Rafe. It's a 25-hour audiobook, and it's 750 pages, and I just finished The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes last night, and that was 500 pages. And I guess this is the month where I think I'm gonna be reading big books. I literally don't know anything about any of these books. Pucking Around, I've heard about. I want to say Jess from Peace Loves Books talked about this book. But also I did want to come in and tell y'all that this, for the most part, will be spoiler free, but sometimes I do talk about like different scenes, so I'll let you know ahead of time. I usually be like, oh, minor spoiler, or like if you don't want to know anything about the book, skip. I'm really excited, and that's it. So quick update, I am on 16% of the book and I'm enjoying it. Like, there's some cringy shit going on, but for the most part I really like what I'm reading. We've been introduced to her first 3 little misters. The first page, it tells you like there's a prequel to this. It's like a shorter story. I just didn't feel like reading it, and there's like a page on here that says like what happened in the book. Basically, these two had a one-night stand and she left without telling him anything, which that's how the game be going. Reminds me of Wildfire, and she ends up working on the team that he's a player for. Yeah, it's a hockey romance. I didn't tell y'all anything about this because I didn't really know anything about this. Oh, it's only 3 guys. I thought it was 4. Okay. Well, it also has like their signs if you're into astrology. Ilmari, I love him already, and I didn't know he was in the Aries, but now I'm seeing it. Rachel, Cancer, she's been crying this whole time. Oh wow, I didn't even think about these things. And then Jake's always taking pictures of his food. Okay, Caleb is a Sagittarius. I know more like Sagittarius women. I don't really know those traits for men. So, one of them is weird, but he doesn't really know that he is. Okay, he is, but he hasn't never really had like the spaces to explore that. So I am excited. And there's a page for like Finnish, because that's one of the languages that's in there. I've never seen or read Finnish words before, but Ilmari is from Finland. So yeah, and he is just, oh my god, he's my favorite. He's my favorite. He's like this big goalie dude that's just like gruff and like misunderstood. The team went out and they saw him and he was just like at another table. One of them went and was like, hey, do you want to come sit with us? And he was like, honestly, no, I'm like trying to finish this book and I don't want to be rude. And they're like, wow, like here we thought he was being the hole, but they're being the holes. So yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm on chapter 20 already. I'm always censoring things, and one thing that happened was mutual masturbation, which we love over here. We love. Oh, this is not a kid's channel. I just said that word. Maybe I should censor it out. I never know what to censor and what not to censor, honestly. But yeah, I'm just reading in my car before it's really time. I always show up to work like 15 or 20 minutes early, and I just sit in my car for a little bit. For one, I'm really anxious and I always feel like I'm gonna be late everywhere. For 2, it's just like nice to just, you know, have a little time to myself before I have to go into work. That's all for now. I feel like the next time I see me, I'm gonna be done with this book, which is really ambitious for me to be saying because it's 750 pages. But I'm into it, and I'm off the next 2 days, so we lit. Hey y'all, this is day 3 technically, because today's Sunday morning and I started reading Pucking Around on Friday. I finished the book. I am giving it 4.25 stars, and I just have some things to say. So for one, I listened to the audiobook because my library had it, and sometimes audiobooks are like this like immersive experience that just takes you away, you know? I've noticed sometimes with romance authors, it's very hard to find a very good narrator, and I'm not really trying to throw no shade, but one of the male narrators I really did not enjoy, and I'm gonna play a clip for you, but this is at 1x speed, and I never listened to it this slow, so it's actually unbearable. But I have my iPad here.
Best possible way. Kay had to give me the 411 on bottoming aftercare, and
oh, sorry, y'all. That was something else. Well, I'm not sorry if you're in, yeah. Anyway, but I usually listen to it this fast.
let me tell you about an awkward conversation I had at 3 a.m. Oh yeah, barely on the bottom now.
Like, he's just like gaspy. I don't know. And then like literally listening to audiobooks like with sex is just so like pornographic. And it got nasty, child. It got nasty in the best possible ways. But some things I was just not expecting. Like, I'm not really that educated on BDSM, but there's like submissive and dominance in there. Everybody ordering people around, you know, getting it done. Twosomes, threesomes, foursomes. Is it really a foursome if not all parties are involved? Well, oh, there's also the breeding kink. I'm not someone that like, it's about to get a little more explicit. I don't know. I'm not someone that really likes like reading like about cream pies. I'm personally not someone that really cares for something like that. You know, to each his own. To each his own. But it is in here quite a lot. And like, it wasn't like it was like, it didn't like, it was enjoyable to read. I'll just say. It wasn't like I was just like repulsed, but it's just not my thing. So I'm just letting you know, if you are into that or you're not, it's in there. Also, I loved how there is still plot around all the sex. Like, it is a 750 page book. Oddly enough, I don't feel like any page is really that wasted, because we get like a lot of development, which really, I probably could give this a little higher score, but I just don't, it's not sitting right in my spirit, because I thought this whole time it was a 4-star. So 4.25 is pretty good right now. If I give it 4.5, like that's pushing it. Like that's getting into like favorites territory. I probably wouldn't reread this, and that's no shade. I just probably wouldn't, because it's 750 pages. Just like I won't read Icebreaker right now, because that's 500 pages. What was I talking about? This is why I have to write notes. It's so embarrassing. Oh, I just put that I love that there's still plot around all the sex. Like, there's literally stuff going on. Like, there's like plenty of sex scenes. Like, there's no shortage on the sex. There's at least 10 scenes, I feel like. Oh yeah, but this could definitely be 400 to 500 pages. And that's like because I felt like no page was wasted, and like a lot of important things were going on. Like the development and the connection was built. We witnessed it. It's not like we were just told, you know, which pet peeve a little bit. But 400, 500 it made it a little bit cuter to me. We might have got a higher rating. I don't know. We'll never know. Oh yeah, Elmari's my favorite. And I don't know if it was because he was an Aries, but he's my favorite. Like, that's bae. He was the one that liked all the breeding though, so in real life it just wouldn't work. And really, that's it. That's really all I had to say. I don't know, it was a really fun time. Like, there was so much chemistry between everybody. The way they took care of each other and looked out for each other was just so cute. There was scandal. You know how in sports romances there's like no fraternization? Employees and team players shouldn't be like involved. This was like that to a degree a little bit. The sports romances I read, pretty much all of them have that in them, and it makes it kind of like, ooh, dicey, like forbidden. This one kind of had it, but it wasn't like as strict as like most, I'll say. Let's see what my next book will be. I have a list, but I'm trying to keep a schedule, so I think I'm about to read the shortest book. Okay, that's Broken Bonds by J Bree. It says it's 289 pages, and it's a 6-book series, and I'm kind of like shriveling inside that I'm starting all these series, because I think all these books are series except for one. Broken Bonds, I've just been hearing about this one a lot. I really don't know what it's about. I know the bonds are kind of like soulmates, like mates kind of thing, and like I love paranormal things, so I'm into it. We'll see. I'll try to do better about updating y'all, but sometimes honestly I just be so in the moment, I don't have anything to say to y'all. Real shit, I really don't. I'll be honest with y'all, I'm reading Broken Bonds 30% into the book, and I'm not really enjoying myself. It's really giving like Wattpad bully romance. That's never been my gig. I personally don't see the appeal. So I'm gonna try to explain this. There is such a thing as bond. If you've read the Ice Planet Barbarians with the Quee, and then like you've read werewolf shifter books and stuff like that with like mating, it's similar to that. It seems like the bond is within their being. An emotional response comes up. Her gift wants to come out, and everyone has a gift. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people have gifts, and people that don't have gifts are looked at as like below. And all of her, she's like trying to run away. God damn. So she has 5 bonds, and she only met 4 of them so far, and she ran away from them because she says she's trying to save their life. Because this whole time she's been alluding to her gift this whole time, like every other chapter. Oh, here go my gift, I have to come up, I have to shove it back down, here goes this. And she's like, I'm trying to save the world, and they're calling me a selfish bitch. They're all crazy. Like, they have to become bonded, they have to have sex. And they're basically saying that she's like useless without her body, because she was like on the run from like 14 to 19. Her, something traumatic happened to her when she was 9. What's 14 minus 5? 9? I believe she was 9. A traumatic event happened to her, and she blamed herself this whole time. Yeah, she's very like, she's holding in all her stuff. So I would love to see her growth and development through all this, like see how she evolves as a person. And also, I guess them too. I'm just really not invested in her bonds right now. They're not giving her the benefit of the doubt, and like they're supposed to be people that are supposed to like be so in love with her and like want to take care of her and cater to her and all these things. And right now it's looking like they want her dead on the side of the road, and I'm just really not impressed. I'm not. I actually knew nothing about this book before I started reading it, and I probably should have read. Yeah, let's read the summary real quick. After the death of my mother and her bonded, I was relieved to find my own bonds. I was sure everything would be okay if I had them. It wasn't. The fate of our people is in my hands, and I know we're better off if I'm alone. After 5 years on the run, I'm caught and dragged back to face the men I ran away from. I thought I was doing the right thing. Now I'm not so sure. North, Knox, Griffin, Atlas, and Gabe may never forgive me, but one thing is for sure. I won't ever forgive myself. Oh, this book ends on a cliffhanger. Oh! Yeah, I'm just really not into the vibes right now. It's getting really mean. And I'm like, is this a romance? Like, this is not the setup. Literally, she was on the run and she didn't get to go to high school. So one of her mates is like, Bonds. He says, you were that intent on escaping us all that you dropped out of high school? Fuck Phalos, you're a real fucking bitch. Yeah, we'll see what I finally give it, because I don't think I'm going to catch y'all up on any other... I don't think I'm going to update y'all anymore about this book, because honestly, this ain't... It's not giving right now. And I don't know why the girls are reading this. So I did finish the second book, Broken Bonds by Jay Bree, and I'm giving it 3 stars. But I forgot to tell y'all about Pucking Around. There was a really good like grand gesture at the end that was so sweet and so thoughtful. Also, their sex was really good. Okay, Pucking Around. Their sex was really good. Like, it kind of made me not even really care about the C word. And y'all know I hate that word. If you know, you know. But in Pucking Around, they all seemed really good for each other. The only thing that I really like enjoyed about Broken Bonds is the friendship between Ollie, our main character, and Sage. Like, they're very much ride or die bitches for each other. Like, I love them. People thought they was lesbians, but they're not. I'm glad I read it just so I could see my opinion about it. But like, if I do finish the rest of the series, it's not gonna be anytime soon. Like, it will not be in 2023, is what I do know. The next book that I want to read, it's either between Lilac by B.B. Reed and Hate by Tate James, which I believe Mayana has liked both of those, and possibly also Jess. I know that Mayana has like recommended Lilac on her page, and I can't remember if Hate too, because she has a reverse harem video somewhere. I'll link that down below. Not egg in my nose, just a little scratchy scratch. Please. So Lilac is 556 pages apparently, and Hate is 418. So I guess I'll just read the summaries real quick and see which one calls to me. Sorry, I actually already had Hate up because that was what I was gonna choose because it was shorter, but it doesn't matter. Madison Kate Danvers was murdered tonight. Those words changed my life, and not for the better. They were wrong, of course. I wasn't dead, but I was set up. After being charged with a string of offenses and made an example of by my political-minded father, I'm eventually released back into Shadow Grove with one thing on my mind: hate. Someone is going to pay for derailing my carefully laid out future. Someone is going to catch the full force of my hate. How very convenient that someone just moves into the bedroom down the hall from me. Archer Daith and his boys mess with the wrong chick, and they're about to learn just how cold Madison Kate's hate can run. Hate is a full-length, mature college new adult romance with enemies to lovers, love-hate themes. This is a reverse harem novel, meaning the main character has more than one love interest. That sounds like it could be interesting. Let's see Lilac. I guess I've been wanting to read this since August of 2022. Wow. Okay, maybe I need to read this one first. I, Braxton Fawn, am the luckiest girl alive, or so the world keeps telling me. Every so often, gods walk the earth. This time they came as musicians. When Bound loses the lead guitarist, yours truly is chosen to fill his shoes. From dive bars to the big stage, my instant claim to fame is nothing short of a fairy tale. The only problem, my new bandmates. Jaded, gorgeous, and ridiculously talented, they're determined to turn my dream into a nightmare. It's no secret I wasn't their first choice. I wasn't even their last. The label wants a new image, Bound wants me gone, but I've got my own agenda. To succeed, I have to survive a world tour, public scrutiny, and idols turned enemies. But the biggest threat of all isn't a meticulous front man, a narcissistic bassist, and a drummer with too many secrets. It's me. Somehow, I must resist the temptation of Houston Moreau, Lauren James, and Jericho Noble. It seemed easy enough when I boarded their tour bus, but it only took one city for the lines we drawn to blur. Only 99 more to go. I don't really care that much for musicians, so like, do I want to read this one? This is the one I was the most excited about. In all the videos that I looked up for this this video, I feel like this one is like named a lot. I don't know. 500 pages. Why can't any of these books just be like 300 or less? Hey y'all, so today is Wednesday and I'm getting like a little bit discouraged because the video is not going how I wanted it to. I wanted to read more and I really haven't had the time. I don't think I can really give you a summary, but basically we're following Braxton. She gets this deal to work with a big rock band that she was a huge fan of, and there's 3 of them. They have beef with each other, but like they kind of act like they're like one unit, like they're just like in touch with each other. They're just like, oh, she's intruding, like she doesn't know what she's doing, like we don't fuck with her, we don't fuck with her. So then they had crashed this like gig she was working at like unexpectedly, so everybody was like, ooh, like you're not the band is called Bound to fall in. Okay, so they're like, you're not bound. So then she plays and she blows everybody's socks off like she does, period. And then they're like, okay, we see a little bit what you're working with. So like they're trying to work with her. The main leader, Houston, he's like being such an asshole because he knows that she has raw talent, but like he wants her to be like, he has really high standards, and all of them want to yeah, I don't know. Like, she's attracted to all of them. She's liked all of them for a long time. I don't know when they're gonna first have a thing, but like, this is a minor spoiler of a scene. While she was at the house for the first time, and like she excused herself and went to the bathroom for 20 minutes. What y'all think she did in that bathroom? Ma'am, I was judging a little bit. So I'm like, okay, girl, do that on your own time. But also, like, that was our first, like, little spicy scene. So one of them is very forward with his attraction. He's like, oh, like, I want to fuck. What kind of panties you wearing? I'm just like, the other two, I'm not sure. Like, one of them has, like, this dominance, like, rude thing going on. And I really don't like when men are, like, really mean. Or, like, people in general. I don't like when people are mean. And the other one, he's just, like, sweet right now. Very, unassuming. So, right now, I don't want to spill too much. Like, hold on. I was supposed to do this before I even turn on the camera. I wanted to see if this was included in the summary because there's something I want to tell y'all. But if it's not in the summary, you're not going to know because it's definitely not in the first chapter. The way, yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, the way that it's, like, set up to get revealed, like, around this point in the book, it's not common knowledge. So, never mind. Can't even tell you. But there's a big secret that she's holding on to, and it's getting unraveled. And if you know, you know. I'll just say some reactions have been had, and I will not explain that. Okay? If anyone asks me, I'm pleading the fifth every goddamn time. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell y'all. So usually in all the reverse harem books that I've read, the main group, like the harem, they're pretty much always, well, the last book is the exception. Methinks. Anyway, a lot of them follow the same formula where the main group is like already established, and then like the main protagonist is like introduced, and then they mold and see where they fit, like they get in where they fit in. So this book, all the men are like at odds with each other right now. Like they're best friends, but like they're at each other's throat. Like they want to kill each other. Like they're not around. Like they're all that they have. So she coming in, she's starting to pot. Like she's not really like, they were already turned against each other. So I don't want to be like, but they think they staking their claims on her, and it's like she's a free agent. And I love to see it. Like I love a sexually liberated woman, okay? I love it. And then she's not afraid to put her foot down, open her mouth up. What I am reading, I'm enjoying right now. It feels like a 3.5. Oh, and there's this thing where she can like smell / taste like emotions. And then she gets like see colors when she's playing notes on the guitar. I don't know. And the book's called Lilac. So I'm like, is lilac whenever they're all together? Like that's what she sees, and like that's her vibe for them. Like that's their color. It has to be. It has to be. Right now it's giving 3.5 because I don't really like all the characters for real. Like, I don't know. They're a little like grimy. A little icky. Yeah. Hey y'all, so today is technically the last day, Friday. It's like 2:40 something. I got to 80% of Lilac, and I'm gonna finish that. It should take me like another 1.5 hours. So I'm gonna start Hate, and then I'll update y'all tomorrow if I finish it. I'm trying to think, sometimes whenever there's a reverse harem, I think about like who I would want her with the most, but they all kind of have different, like they all balance each other out because they're all so different, but also similar. Okay, so I did finish Lilac, and I gave it 3.5 stars. I didn't really have a lot of problems with it. Like the writing was fine, but I just feel like it didn't have to be as long as it was. I feel like I've been reading this book for like 4 days. I don't know how to really feel about at the end. There was like this suspenseful, it wasn't really thrillery. I guess it kind of was at the end. Like it was just like the last 10%, the last 30 minutes of the book. I said that they didn't break up, but technically it was a third act breakup. So if you don't like those, we might not want to read this book. But I'm just glad that this was just a standalone book, because if there was like a cliffhanger or more to the story, I would stop here. So I'm really hoping that I like Hate by Tate James. It's only 4:40 right now, so I'll probably read until like midnight, see where I'm at. And yeah, I guess Pucking Around, I don't know how, but that one has been the highest rated, 4.25 stars. And then Broken Bonds is 3. I think Broken Bonds is 3 really because it was like something I would read on Wattpad, I believe I said. Also because like so many people are reading it, or like were reading it, and I felt like I heard so much about it that I thought it was going to be more than what it was. So when I read it, I was really disappointed, and like I have to work on not doing that. Pucking Around, I feel like people were like on it because it's like, okay, for real. And then I read it. If you like reading spicy books, like nothing for real. But if you're against them, none of these books I would recommend. Okay, y'all, so I did finish Hate, the first book in the Madison Kate series, and I gave it 3.75 stars. So towards the end of the book, it kind of got like the last 20 minutes, the last like 10 to 15% of the book, I was anxious. Heart was racing. I didn't know what was going on. I don't know if there's any other thoughts. That's all the books that I read this week. This is still one of my favorite tropes. I would like to see more main characters that aren't white. If you know any, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.